Well, hello and welcome back to what has been quite a long break since my last video. Yeah, I'm not going to go over the whys and the hows and the excuses for not putting one out, but the facts are I haven't, for lots of reasons. However, we're coming into early spring now, and I think it's about time I started to get out and started to record a few more videos, put a bit more on this channel, and more importantly, get out into my local area, of which I am today. I'm about 10 minutes from my house, and I'm really travelling light today. I bought a new small little camera bag from the photo show last weekend, with the intent of trying to do more local walks. Yeah, local walks with the camera. I was going to think of some fancy title for this, but I didn't. It's just going to be me exploring the local landscape, not travelling too far, getting out. It's a weekend, and yeah, just getting out of the house, breathing in the air, and hopefully, you never know, taking one or two pictures. We'll see. So welcome to what is hopefully going to be the start of several of these walk, talk and shoots. Is that a title? No, that must have been used before. Walk, talk and shoot. Nah, it's no good. Anyway, let's crack on, and I'll tell you a little bit about where I am and some of the potential opportunities we have here. Well, I didn't have to walk too far actually before I come across one of a few of these lovely old dead trees on this walk. One of the reasons I chose this quick walk today, because I knew there was a few of these dead trees, and we got a little bit of interesting sky today, sun coming in and out of the clouds. So, you know, I just walked past and saw the light hitting the branches of this tree, and it really stood out. There's another tree just behind it, you'll see there, and I tried to take that in it, but I think in a way that actually detracts from the actual main tree itself. But yeah, it's an interesting tree, nicely lit, bit of cloud above. Yeah, what the hell. I'm doing handheld today. Again, another of the changes that I'm going to make is more of these walks, but obviously with the walks I don't want to be carrying my big Benro Mac 3 tripod around, so I'm going to be doing more just handheld stuff. I've got my little tripod with me if I do need a little bit of stability, but I'm hoping that most of my stuff's going to be handheld. No, doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing any more tripod work in the future, far from it, but just choosing the days, choosing the subject, choosing the location, and for these sort of weekend walks where I just want to get out and spend a few hours out in the countryside, then yeah, small bag, handheld, walking around, small tripod, see what we can find. If this one's any good, I'll show you it now. Well, this is coming to quite a productive walk so far, and I've only been walking for about 5 or 10 minutes. There's another tree that behind me here that stands out, a lovely old oak in the middle of this field. And again, the light as it is now was hitting it as I walked past, and it just stood out. So, you know, it's not going to be a profile shot or anything like that, but it's a lovely little shot of this really stately oak sitting in the middle of the field. There's a few trees that are angled down towards it at the back. Yeah, I've just grabbed a couple of shots while the light was out. It's come back out again now as I've started filming, but it was going in and out of the cloud, so I grabbed a quick shot of it when the light was hitting it. And again, some nice moody clouds, so looks good. I'm quite liking this walk. I'm going to persevere and keep going. I'm, as I say, 10 minutes in, and I've got quite a long walk to go. So, as they say, I need to make progress. Anyway, here's the shot. Whoops. Good opportunity to tell you that I'm using the OS map on the phone, which is brilliant. I use it all the time. It's a subscription, but it's well worth it. Really is. Can pinpoint where you are, obviously with GPS, and tells you if you're going off track, which I was then. I headed up into what looks like a really lovely little set of woods, but it's unfortunately private, so I need to just double back. I missed my turning. Never mind. I'll wander this way and hopefully I'll catch up. I can see the footpath marker ahead of me, so I'll catch up with it a little bit. But yeah, it's good to explore, but also just respect the landscape you're walking in. Respect the farmers' fields. Respect what is public land that you can walk on and what isn't. Especially this time of year, as we're coming into spring, because there's a lot of crops just been sown. You won't be able to see them, but they are, and doesn't take a few people to, well, it takes a few people to walk on that to attract others to walk on it, and all of a sudden you've got a bit of a crop ruined by the farmer. And coming from a bit of a agricultural background in the family as well, I know the cost of lost crops, and these guys don't make a lot of money out of some of the land, so it's good to respect them. Show you this. It's that same tree, but from a slightly different angle. It's actually quite well separated from here. It looks more imposing actually. Separated quite nicely in between those two little gaps in the hedge. I might just hang around here and wait and see if the light comes and grab another one from here. Why not? Why not? Right, so now I am walking across farmer's field, but on the footpath. So yeah, there's another tree up here, dead one, which is the one I was thinking of when I thought I'd come and do this walk today anyway. I knew this one was here because I've shot it, God, way back. I actually filmed a vlog around here. It was horrible. Don't watch it, it was dreadful. But yeah, I knew this one was here, so I'm going to have a look at this one as well. It's going to be one of those days where I do need the light, and I stood there waiting to grab that shot of that tree there just to get some light on it. And you know, it's a case of waiting for the light to come out between the clouds, so it could be a start and stop day, but never mind. It's lovely. This area here is renowned for wild deer. In fact, the whole area around here, I'm just in South Lincolnshire, the whole area is renowned for its deer population, and I've seen some stuff recently on social media where I think it's getting, the population is getting bigger and bigger, So I'm surprised I've not seen one yet, but then again it is middle of the day, and they normally do congregate in these fields early in the morning and later at night. But yeah, it's very rare that you don't go out in these areas and don't stumble across a few fallow deer in these fields, but always nice to see, as long as I guess the population doesn't grow too much and then it starts to impact on the crops, which I guess it will. Hence why they do deer culling every now and again. Yeah, the light keeps hitting these trees and it really makes them pop. Right, anyway, enough rambling. I'm nearly at this tree. Let me show you. Yeah, this tree's here behind this big oak tree, which I've not got no yellow ribbon today in my bag, but otherwise I would have tied a little bit around it. But I'm going to see if I can shoot this tree here. Let's have a go. I'm not sure whether there's a shot here actually. You've obviously got that copse of trees behind, which doesn't help with separation this angle. And again, I'm restricted to keeping on the path, or at least on the headland here, on the edge of a field. The field has been cropped by the looks of it with some wheat or barley, so I can not go anywhere near that for the reasons I said earlier on. But yeah, this could be a little bit tricky. And again, behind it, as you see, blue skies. I suppose it would make a nice black and white with those blue skies. But I really wanted to use some of these more dramatic clouds here, so maybe I can go further up the footpath where those people are walking over there, and see if I can shoot it in the opposite direction with those clouds behind. We'll see. Let's have a look. Now, this is tricky. I've got no light on at the moment, but that's fine. I can practice the compositions. But the tree itself's got a lot of mess on the bottom of it and really doesn't help the shot at all. So what I'm thinking I might have to do, because of that mess at the bottom, I could spend a lot of time in Photoshop, but really can't be bothered for this type of shot. I'm going to go in really tight at the actual arms of the tree, because I think that's really the interest here, isn't it? It's where the sort of tentacles, the arms of the tree stretch out, and with the sky behind, which is relatively moody, I can moody up that little bit more in post, of course, but I think that works a bit better, just literally going in tighter to the branches. There's some lovely texture on those branches, so hopefully again I should be able to pick that out. Quite enjoying this handheld. I'll put it on ISO 320, which generally with the light conditions we've got today has given me shutter speeds of at least 250 and above on most shots I'm taking, and I'm at f9 because I'm quite away from these subjects, so that should be fine. But it's good to be able to make sure I'm up, because that's one of the things that I've made mistakes about in the past, is especially on my telephoto, which I've got with me actually. I just tend to forget about the shutter speed, and obviously on a longer lens it's more important that you've got a higher shutter speed if you're certainly going handhold. And even some of the shots I take in home fen where I've got quite soft and boggy ground and I'm shooting at 20th of a second or 15th of a second, it's with a 5-second timer it's still sometimes a bit soft. So never underestimate the importance of shutter speed in terms of making sure that you can get as sharp as possible shots as you can. And I think, a few, or many of my shots have gone in the bin because I've not listened to that little bit of advice. These clouds are not playing ball really. Yesterday was full of hailstorms and really moody skies, but I couldn't get out yesterday. But today is not quite as dramatic. But anyway, as I say, it's amazing what Lightroom can do to clouds. And it is about me visualising the shot. And what I've got in mind is, as I say, quite a moody shot with this petrified tree as the main subject. So yeah, I might stick around, see if the light comes out, and because as soon as that light hits the tree, of course, it makes it really stand out. In fact, there's some light coming out now. There's a lovely little tree that's set aside from the pine trees in the distance there that's glowing with some nice yellow leaves here. Here we go, there's some light coming out now, so let's try this again. Yeah, that makes all the difference, it really does. Now I've just got to get that framing right, so I'm giving the tree a little bit of breathing room around the outside. The trouble is I've got blue sky behind that section of the tree where I wanted it to be moody. Anyway, life's a compromise. Yeah, this lens is brilliant. So I'm on the 24 to 120, which is perfect for today. There you go, there's the light gone, and I just missed that final shot because I was rabbiting. That would have been nice with a bit of light on. Yeah, great lens for today because it gives me that range from wide to 120, and I have actually got the telephoto in my bag if I need to go a little bit wider. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one. I'm sure there'll be one in there that's reasonable, and even if there isn't, doesn't matter. I'm enjoying the walk. Progress. Another reason why I am really keen to get as much walking in as possible over the next couple of months is that I'm doing a charity hike and pub crawl. Now, I'm sure many of you that watch this channel will be aware that I do the photography podcast as well with another 6, sometimes 5, but 6 other photographers with YouTube channels, etc. You know, if you watch me regularly, you know who they are, and you probably watch podcasts. And you might have seen actually, because I'm sure this video won't go out until after this week's podcast is on. But we are doing a 25-mile hike around the Lake District, calling in at a few pubs, pasty shops, whatever, on the way around. But we're doing it for charity. So we're going to do it for 3 charities. First one is Dementia UK, or Alzheimer's, and that's quite personal for me. It's quite close to me. My father is suffering from that at the moment, unfortunately, as I'm sure many of you have got family members that are in a similar situation, and it's tough. You know, you all look up to your fathers, don't you? And clearly I look up to mine, and yeah, it's hard to see him sort of lose his memory gradually. He's fine, he's doing stuff day to day, and he's enjoying life, which is the main thing, but he's forgetting names and people, and difficult to have a conversation, and it's really tough. So, you know, if we can help to improve the drugs and improve the therapies and things that can help other people in the future, then that's great. And that, as I say, that would mean a lot to me. So that's one of the charities. The other one is multiple sclerosis. Again, if you watch the podcast, you'll probably know that Gary, his wife, has MS, and he's a full-time carer for her. So it's very close to Gary and his personal situation. And the other one, as a more generic sort of photography-based charity, is the Disabled Photographer Society. So yeah, that's going to be fun, shall we say? We're going to do it in the early part of July, so up at sunrise, 4 a.m, something like that. Set off from our cottage and do a 25-mile loop, which Darren has mapped out. So looking forward to it. Hence why these walks I needed to get in a bit more regularly, so I'm used to the hikes. Although this one today, the circular route, is probably, I've not actually mapped it, but I should think it's probably only 3.5 miles. So a nice little ease in. Anyway, can't really see anything more at the moment, but just crossing the middle of the field. There's trees in the distance that seem to be lit up, but I need my long lens, and it needs to be a really good shot for me to get that out, because I know what that's going to be like handheld. But anyway, I'm going to have a go while I've got it. Progress. Right, that's the end of the fields. Now, unfortunately, got to do a bit of road walking, I think, for about half a mile down here towards the village and then cut back through towards where I started. So I tell you what, it's warm. I got a jumper on under this jacket and it's warmer than I expected. It was blooming cold yesterday with that north wind, but it is a bit warm today. Oh, the car. There's a copse of little bushes and trees there that are completely submerged in water. Looks quite black. You see that? Reflections, maybe? Don't know. Never know. Might be something there. Or there might not. Well, that was a bit of a boring walk, if I'm honest, along that road. But it's a means to an end. Walking into the village here now, it's lovely here. I had some strange looks from people, me walking around with a pair of wellies on. Never mind, I think this is where I cross. Yeah, public footpath. Here we go. So I'm down here. It's the church in the background there, look. Some lovely old churches around here. And now I'm down this road here. I've never ever been down here before. I didn't come this way last time, so I don't know what it's gonna... Oh, look at that. That's a nice house. Just being built with the looks of it. That's worth a pretty penny. Yeah, I haven't got a clue what's down here, but that's because all I do know is the footpath leads back to where my car is, which is the main thing. Tell you what, there's some beautiful houses down here. Huge. It's really tranquil, it's out of the way of the road. Not there's a lot of traffic on that road anyway, but I love... Am I on the footpath? I think so. Yeah, must be. Let me just check my my app. Yeah, it says straight ahead. It's because I'm walking through, looks as though somebody's drive. Let me put you in the front. Oh. There's no... Actually, there's a path. Please pick up your dog poo. No, I've not got one of those. I think I'm allowed down here. The app says I am. It says I turn right. Don't you love footpaths? It says I turn right and then left. I love footpaths. It's exploring, isn't it? It's going back to what you were like when you were a kid. Or what I was like when I was a kid anyway. Out on my own, exploring stuff. But this is fantastic. Never been here before. Ah, yeah, I can see a public footpath sign at the top there. But yeah, you just feel as I'm walking on somebody's drive, which I obviously am, but it's public access. Oh, this is brilliant. I just love exploring, I really do. I'm going to do a lot more than this. Oh, look at this house here. Wow. Fantastic. There's some wealthy people here, without a doubt. What did I say earlier about not making any money in agriculture? Right, I'm going to turn right. Let's see where this path leads us. Right, this is testing the low light capability of this Pocket 3 now. On the back of the screen it looks quite bright, but it's actually quite dark down here. Right, it's a bit of a woodland walk now. I'm behind the houses, so I can't imagine it being very photogenic, but you never know. Pine trees. Interesting. There they are. There they are. I don't know whether you can see or not, but there's a little pack of, or herd, of fallow deer in the middle of that field there. I should be able to crop in on this camera and show you that. But yeah, I didn't. I would have been very surprised if I didn't see at least one deer today. But yeah, a little pack there in the middle of the field. Nice to see. It's interesting. I'm sure it looks as though it's been gnawed. Now I would imagine, because there's no fence, the deer probably do come in here, so would deer do that? Would deer gnaw a tree bark like that? It does look as though it's been gnawed. Or could be some dogs that have done it, I don't know, but no, more likely, I don't know, possibly the deer, I don't know. Anybody that knows anything about deer, let me know, would deer do that? Well, that's cleared that little path there, footpath behind those houses and the trees. Not much to talk about down there, if I'm honest, but anyway, not been there, so it's always good to put your feet on ground you've not travelled on. Now, I think now we just go up alongside these trees here. Again, lovely oak trees on this dike edge, and then cross that field, and I think that sort of takes you back more or less to where I started, so it's not actually been a long walk at all. Let's see what my watch says. 3 miles so far, so yeah, probably about 3.5 miles by the time I get back to the car, which is a nice little easy stroll. Good start to the practice for the hike. It's got a bit flat now. There's a lot more cloud about than there was earlier. Still a bit of blue sky now and again, so there might be some light pop out, but I'm not seeing much anymore, and I know I should probably look a bit closer, but you know, it's not, I don't want to force myself to take shots for the sake of it. Those shots I took earlier on, I enjoyed taking them, and I would have probably taken them anyway if, you know, in any circumstance. So I don't want to force myself to take shots just for the sake of putting pictures in this video. This is more around me getting out for a walk, bringing you with me, and the first of quite a few of these videos, which is going to be me going in my local area, walking on circular walks, gradually increase the mileage and show you what is around, and hopefully see some opportunities along the way to take some pictures. So yeah, I'll make progress. I'm just heading, I'll show you, heading back out into this field now, and I think I can see that tree in the distance over there somewhere that I was shooting from the other side. So yeah, not too far to go actually. But okay, I'll see what else happens between the end of the walk, and I'll speak to you in a minute. Oh, some bulrush heads there that are catching the bit of backlight. Looks quite nice. There you go. What was I saying? I think I've got a lot of this light. Let's see if there's a shot there. Ah, well, those bulrushes didn't really work, to be honest, so didn't take a shot there. But I've just been playing with that dead tree again as I walked past it from the other direction. Fortunately, as I said, there's a lot of cloud cover now, so we're not getting much light at all. But yeah, I was just playing with a few portraits of that, see if any of them are okay. You might have seen them if I've just popped one up then. If not, I'll put it on the end. But I think that's it, because I'm now heading back towards the track that heads to the car. So, do you know what? I've thoroughly enjoyed this 3.5 mile trek around the South Links countryside. It's just, I don't know what it is. Once you're out on your own and just wandering, not a care in the world, taking a few pictures, brilliant. What a way to spend a Sunday afternoon. But I do need to head back because I've got to prepare Sunday lunch, as I'm the cook in the house. Shoulder of lamb today, as it's getting close to Easter. Need to make sure that's in the oven nice and early. Bit of slow roast. I'm looking forward to that. Not that you're interested, but anyway, thought I'd share. So that's it. I'm going to call it here. I hope you've enjoyed this, and yeah, hopefully there'll be a few more of these type of videos coming out on my channel again soon. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy tuning back into them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon.